Okay, let's talk some email marketing. Now, if you've done email marketing in the past, this may be redundant for you. If you're new to email marketing, then some of the things that we're going to discuss would be newer to you. Something to remember with email marketing is that you certainly don't want to spam. Now, the strategies that I'm going to show you are not spammy, are not designed to get your email blacklisted or hurt your deliverability. The way that I approach email marketing is very organic, and you'll see exactly what I mean here in a bit. If you're going and doing more of a email marketing in mass or doing email marketing in a very at a high level, then some of the strategies here, it may not be the best for you, and you'll see what I mean here in a few minutes. So certainly do get caught up with anti-spamming laws and anything regarding to email. But for the sake of our purposes, I'm going to show you where to find the contact information on Remine, how I keep track of it, how I send an email in an organic way, and I'll also show you the very automated way, which I guess I shouldn't because I'm not condoning it, but email marketing does apply in this section, so I'll go ahead and include that as well. But let's just jump in. So I already have Remine pulled up. Again, your association should have several applications and services before you log into your MLS, or it may be structured a little bit different. For me, the Remine software is right here. I clicked it, and here we are. Now, for this specific section to work better for you, I will have to recommend the Pro version once again. The Pro account costs $199 a month, but you're able to track 10,000 properties. And most importantly for us right now is it gives us contact information for free. So if there's an email available, if there is a phone number available, and every time it's updated or changed, you get that information. So with the Pro account, you're going to get the contact information for free. It's already included in your Pro plan. Now, if you don't have the Pro plan, if you have the other 3 plans, one's a free plan, the other one is maybe $30. I don't necessarily remember. The other one's like 90 something dollars. They are going to give you more properties to track. However, they will charge you $3 per property. So if you're keeping track, it adds up. Every time you want the contact information, if it's available for a property, like the email or the phone number, it's going to charge you $3. So just be cognizant of that. But for the purposes of what we're trying to do, again, I do highly encourage that you go down the Pro version. Now let's dig in. Okay, let's say we're targeting people that are above a 6% interest rate. And let's see, we're going to apply that. You see the filter being applied over here. Now, let's add how long they've lived in the home. Maybe it's time for them to head on out. Let's say we only want to target people, I almost made the mistake, 10 years minimum in their home. Let's apply that as well. We got a sizable amount. Let's see if we get too narrow. Let's say high probability of selling. Didn't get many. Let's see. Let's include medium as well. We got some. Let's not drill down that far. I wanna be able to show you the functionality. So I'm going to track those. There's 64 opportunities, essentially 64 properties. Oh, let me see another filter real quick. I want only people that are living in that property. There we go. Now I'm going to go over to track. And it says 138 results here because I was already tracking other properties. Okay. Now, if you're going to go and send them a mailer, we're going to cover this in other sections, but repetition is the mother of skill, so I'm going to go ahead and mention it again. If you want to send them direct mail, you click here, and they're going to print out an A relabel, so make sure you get that brand and send your mailers if you're going to do it at a voluminous level. But for our purposes, we're going to go right here, contact information. Now, this will come into play when we're doing the phone and texting section, but for our purposes of email marketing, this doesn't do as much good because we don't have an email here. All right, let's go to the next one. Now we have an email. So once you click that, it'll get copied. The way that I like to do it so I can keep track of who I have sent emails to and when I did, I like to create a Google Sheets and keep track. So I'll copy that there, and then I will put the date. And then I would open up another sheet or another tab, and keep track of it that way. I like to do no more than 15 emails per day. So again, I'm not sending these out en masse. One, that's not part of my strategy, email marketing. I am more of the drip marketing type of marketing, not the cold calling type of email marketing. So what we're doing right now is more of a cold email marketing, which we're going to transition into more of an engaged marketing, and you'll see what I mean in a few seconds. So I would go through, well, first, so I don't have to blur out so many emails, let me replace this real quick with my personal email and just my company email. And again, the reason I'm doing this is it's going to save me a lot of time in the edit because I will have to blur that out. So that's laziness at its finest. Okay. All right. Now, what we would do is continue clicking on the contact owners, and be copying and pasting the emails that you're getting. Now, you can put the names, you can put as many columns as you want, but for me, I'm just going to track the emails. And if I get a callback because on my signature it has my phone number, then I can quickly hop over to my email and get some information that way, or jump over to Remine. This is more for me to track when I sent them. Sure, I can go on here on my email and see how many I sent, but this is one place where I can keep all my information and track my productivity for that day. And also, it's going to play a big factor in the way that I send my emails. And you'll see what I mean in a few seconds. So this is going to be more of a hybrid, the way that I'm going to show you on how to send the emails. Now, pretend that we went through here, through the properties that we've tracked. We clicked on the Contact Owners tab, got at least 15 emails, at most 15 emails, and pasted them here. Now, pretend they're all the way through 15 right here. And then I go to my inbox and I go to compose. So taking into consideration the filters that I just applied, I am looking at properties that have a 6% interest at least, or at minimum. They've lived in there for about 10 years plus and are owner occupied. So this is going to be great for your lender partners as well. So y'all could do some dual marketing by direct mail and email. If you're able to show your lender some love by sending them some business, they're going to love you for it as well. All right. Are you paying more than 6% on your mortgage? Okay. Now, I'm not the best at coming up with things on the fly, so my apologies if the ad copy sucks. I'm going to go ahead and call that out. What's more important for me is that you understand the functionality and the practical ways to use the information that Remine provides you. So the ad copy, I'm not too concerned about it. I have swipe files for that, and I just copy and paste. So for the sake of the full example, I'm just going to go and really make a fool of myself with the terrible ad copy. So my apologies. All right, hello. Hope you're well. Have you considered now let's not call out if they're considering selling right now. We just want to have an engaged conversation. So that's a juicy enough subject to get them to engage. But let's see, were you aware that interest rates are below 5% at the moment? Now, were you also aware that they could rise above 6% in the near future? We certainly don't want to give too much more than that. Even that's a little bit risky for my blood, because we don't want to come across as panic selling. So there is that, but I'll keep that just for the sake of this example. Know that you're on your own when it comes to getting your messaging right. Were you aware that interest rates are below 5% at the moment? Now, were you also aware that they could rise above 6%? I'm going to put in the future. That softens it a bit. Okay, and I just leave it like that. I just went to and it's going to work if you do Gmail and you have Google Sheets. So those are the two precursors for the way that I'm going to show you in a few seconds. I'll leave it in my drafts. Oh, I had another draft. Dang it, why didn't I use that? Okay, are you paying more than 6% on your mortgage? Perfect, it's in my drafts. Now I go to Untitled Spreadsheet and I go to my add-on section. What I'm going to end up using is yet another mail merge. And I'll show you how to get that. Go to Get Add-ons and then type in yet another mail merge. And then download it. It's free. You're going to have to restart your Google Sheets in order for it to take hold once it downloads. But since I already have it, I'm just going to run it. And I'm going to start the mail merge. So what I'm doing right now is, well, first it's going to tell me I can only send 50 emails per day this way, which works perfectly because I'm not sending more than 15 in this manner. Well, technically it's 14 if you count the email row, but for me, I don't need to send more than 50 per day. So I have stayed on the free plan, and I put sender name. I tell them exactly who it's coming from. When it's asking for an email template, it's asking for that draft that we created, and you see it right here. So stepping back for a few seconds, what I'm doing is I'm sending all these emails out on semi-mass. I don't consider 14 emails on a mass email list by any stretch of the imagination. So I am pulling from the draft folder the template that we created, and I'm sending everything out this way. And what I like about this feature is it gives me a confirmation receipt, or that it was sent, and then it also gives me an idea of who's opened, who's clicked, there's been response. So it's pretty robust. This is not your traditional email autoresponder. You'll see that in a couple of minutes. But I like this because it's free. I like it because I'm able to track every single day and go back through my days and see, all right, are my emails hitting? Are my emails getting bounced back? And I'm getting trackable data this way, to where I can just continue building and building and building upon the list. So I have one central repository of where to get my data. Sure, I can send them out individually, and there I am. Sure, I can send them out individually, and that's not going to be a big issue, but if I wanted to track them, then I would have to go to I would click sent mail and try to figure out, well, how many bounce backs, and have to figure out, well, did I do it this day? And really tracking it becomes a bit cumbersome. But if you're doing it this way, you're able to collect this data a lot quicker and aggregate it to where ultimately you can spit out some meaningful results. So that's why I like this way of doing it. Now you can certainly go to Compose and go to blind carbon copy and manually take the emails from here directly over to your email. You can certainly do that, and you can add on to it, but everyone has a different way of doing it. If I'm running short on time, I may do that, but if I'm running short on time, it means that I'm only going to send maybe 2 or 3, and blind copy is fine. But even then, I don't bypass this really. I mean, I'm trying to justify a reason to do it this way, but I just can't. So, but if you want to do that, if you're more comfortable this way, or if you don't have Google Sheets, it's to my understanding that it only works through Google Sheets. Again, if you go to add-ons, yet another mail merge, that's what you want. If you're not able to do it, then sure, go down that way. Now, I love systems, and that's really what I really thrive on. So I wanted to show you email autoresponders if you don't have one already. Depending on the size of your email list, your own personal email list, you may consider doing email autoresponders, because then you're going to be able to track a lot of the information, send emails en masse, and you can send emails in a very automated way, essentially the drip campaigns that you hear about. That's how companies do it. Now, the reason that I'm not going from getting the contact information and building up a list over here to then ultimately import over here is because GetResponse, ConvertKit, MailChimp, iContact, all of your email autoresponders, they are very sensitive to spamming laws. And if they feel that you've gotten this information and are sending out 100, 200, 300 emails per day with information that was not opted into, they have the authority to refuse your business. Essentially, they would ban you from their account, from their platform. Since I'm not doing it at a high level, or I shouldn't say high level, since I don't have as many emails, one, it doesn't make sense for me to be doing it through here, and then two, I don't want to expose myself to any type of those spamming, getting banned, and three, mine will be a little bit more organic, because when I get responses, that's when I drop them over to my actual, that's when I drop them over to my actual CRM and email marketing platform, which LionDesk has an email autoresponder already included with their membership. Their membership is $25 a month, and you really can't beat that for everything that you're getting. So I would create an auto drip campaign here, but I wouldn't do that right off the bat because they are a cold traffic email at this point. If I get a response back, and when I'm getting responses back from people that I actually email, and we have an engaged conversation, then yes, I see that as being an engaged contact, a warm contact, to where I do have the confidence to drop them into my monthly newsletter, to drop them into my regular drip campaign. But I'm not going to put even 15 records of contacts that I have not engaged yet, or they haven't given me their contact information right off the bat. So I'm just not going to do that. It's going to hurt my email reputation from this standpoint. And 15 emails hasn't really hurt my deliverability. I don't actually I can't think of a single instance where there's been an issue. Now, you're going to get mixed bag of responses, very similar if you're cold calling, but most of the people either just ignore it, or some of them will put it on the junk folder or a spam folder, and that's fine, but you certainly don't want 100 of those going to the spam folder or getting rejected. So I found that less than 15 is a good number. That is subjective. That's based off of personal experience. You can certainly try more if you would like, or try less if you would like. But again, that's been my experience. Now, if you want to go and create some different emails and you don't want to risk your own personal email, that's totally fine. I send out of my company email, and I feel comfortable doing it that way. Because I certainly do want to come across as legitimate, because I am. And beyond that, I do have confidence that my deliverability is not going to be hurt, and I do have confidence that what I'm doing is going to ultimately help them. So that's the way that I'm doing email marketing. Again, you pull the information from Remine. Right now, if you were to click download property CSV, you're not going to get the contact information. You're not going to get the phone number or the email. Remine is working on that functionality, but they're not there yet. But I suspect that in very short order that will be a feature that does happen. So I did get confirmation that they are working on it. There's just no timeline to my understanding. So once you get the contact information, it is a bit manual, but it helps us anyway to keep our communication, this cold communication, cold email, a bit organic. Certainly you can experiment with more emails or less emails. 15 is fine for me. And well, technically 14 if we want to get really technical with that. You can do yet another mail merge, send them out that way, and start your tracking system. However it helps you best to send it, then that's what you need to be doing. You can copy and paste the emails directly into your email and send them from there. Or if you want to really, if you want to risk it, you can certainly go on GetResponse or ConvertKit and put them directly into your email autoresponder. Again, that's not something I suggest. The reason I introduced these two and LionDesk is because with your email that you already have, your database that you already have, I do suggest these platforms because they're inexpensive for the amount of emails that you can send. So I guess I'm kind of cross-pollinating several aspects, the Remine version and an automated autoresponder kind of review, if you will. Now let's look at prices real quick and then we can end the video. Oh, they're having the summer sale. Only 40 accounts left. By the time you see this, that may be gone. All right. You can get a list size of 1,000, or I'm sorry, your email list can be up to 1,000, and it's going to cost $12.75 a month, which is not bad at all. And then over here, well, let's go up to packages. Then it's about almost $42 if you have that less than 5,000 but more than 1,000. If your list size is about 10,000 or 100,000 plus, here's the prices that you can expect. ConvertKit, same subscriber amount, $29. So this is $15 on a regular day versus $9. And then you see the packages there and the features that it has. A lot of them are going to be doing a lot of the same features, so you're going to have to play around with that. But LionDesk, if you want to stretch your dollar that much more, LionDesk does auto drip campaigns, does text campaigns as well. But note the text campaigns are going to charge you $1 more per month for the number that they're going to give you. You can't use your own you can't use your own phone number to text message from. So you do have to get a phone number from them. That's a downside in my book. However, I'm willing to pay $1, and I'm not too concerned about it coming from my personal phone number at all. It gets forwarded anyway. There's deal management. There's you can calendar through here, keep documents in here. The reporting is very robust, and again, the email marketing is a feature through here. I can connect directly with Facebook on the leads campaign, and anything that I can't connect with, I can just get a Zapier account, which I have the yearly package already, to connect any software that I want to LionDesk. I say any software, most of the software. So LionDesk is about $25 a month. So it's been working out quite well for me. And that is the email section.